It's another hot Texas day. Hey there, TSG here. Thank you for joining me today. I got something in this white box that some of you are going to want to see. At least I want to show it to you. So let's go in the workshop and take a look. Yeah, every time I come in this door, I feel like I want to change my sweater and put on a new pair of shoes. Some of you know what that reference is all about. Anyway, the white box. A little bit of backstory. So last week, the last time we were together, maybe, depending on when you're watching this, the folks over at Firefield sent me out a Reflex sight, a red dot, and we put it to a test. I'll put a link up here. I never know where that is. And then a link down below. That you know where that is, and I know where that is. And you can watch that review. And unfortunately, there was a little bit of a hiccup that occurred while doing it. So I had to put it on hold. I did get a hold of Firefield, my rep over there, and they were very kind to say, well, we're going to send you an RMA, so you send that one back, and we'll send you another one out that you can continue your testing. And I didn't tell you at the time what the problem was, but I'm going to tell you what it is now because I've already told Firefield what happened. When I went to go make an adjustment for windage or elevation, I can't remember at the moment which one, the screw that does that adjustment fell inside the housing. A really kind of a freaky thing. So I was tweaking and tweaking and tweaking, and it was getting closer and closer to zero, and all of a sudden it stopped zeroing, and it felt like something's not right. When I pulled it out and I looked inside, the screw was gone, so it fell inside, and as I shook it around, sure enough, I saw it in there. So they said, yeah, that shouldn't be happening, so send that one back, we'll send you another one and continue testing. So that's what we're going to do. We're still waiting on that other unit to come back in, but when it comes in, I'll share it with you. Okay, if you want to see that video, check that video out and prepare yourself for that. But today, Firefield sent me another Reflex sight. It's this one here. It's called their Firefield Impact XLT Reflex Sight FF26025. And if you look at it this way, it kind of looks like an EOTech, but it's not. It doesn't go this way. It goes this way. The little all the electronics are inside this compartment in here, and it shines up inside of here, and that's how it's a reflective type of sight. And before we go any further and I'll tell you a little about this in a little bit. But before that, let's get to the specs. Overall length, 3 7/8 inches. Overall width from battery compartment to the end of the lever, 2 3/4 inches. It's 2 3/8 inches high. It weighs in at 7 7/8 ounces. The objective window is 33 millimeter by 24 millimeter. Pretty good sized. It uses a 3-volt CR2032 button style battery right underneath the cover. That battery will last 40 to 250 hours depending how bright you illuminate it. It utilizes a QD mount system that can go on both Picatinny and Weaver. However, this is really Weaver rail sized, not Picatinny, so Picatinny might have a little slop. Just be forewarned. We'll take a look at that later. The QD mount is as simple as this. Slip it on, push the lever, it's on. It's made mostly of a nice tough aluminum. It's got a few nicks and bumps in here and it seems to be holding up well. It does have some polymer parts, like over here. Is it shockproof? It appears to be. Is it nitrogen filled? No, it's not designed. It has AR red lens coating. It has recoil resiliency for a 308. Don't be sticking this on a 50 BMG though. Its parallax setting is set for 25 yards. Unlimited eye relief. You use this button to turn it on and off, and it has 5 brightness settings, and then of course the off position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you press and hold to turn it off. To turn it on, you simply press it, and it retains its last setting. There are 4 reticle patterns that are selectable by this lever right here. Let's go through them. 3 MOA dot with 30 MOA circle crosshair, 5 MOA dot, 3 MOA dot with 50 MOA crosshair, 3 MOA dot with 50 MOA circle. The reticle is easily adjustable by putting an Allen wrench for elevation and for windage. Has positive clicks each time you make a move. It's IP55 dust and water resistant. Let's test it and see. Appears so. It is not waterproof. As you can see, there is water formed on the inside of the primary reflective surface, but it doesn't affect its operation. I just hope it dries out and doesn't obscure the view. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the pros and some of the cons. One of the pros, let's just get right to that, is very durable. I was surprised. It's got a few dings and bangs and bumps in it. This is a testing unit, so others have used this. And it's taken a licking and it keeps on ticking. I'm impressed. So it is ruggedly built. I do like the QD mount. I love that. You know, it's pop it on the rail and hit the lever and it's locked down as long as you make an adjustment. Oh, let me show you. That adjustment is done with a little wrench. So I've got this little number 7 open end wrench, box end on the other side, but the open end wrench is the side you want. I believe when you buy one of these, packed in the box is a small wrench that'll fit inside of there. I didn't get that because this is a test unit, so it just came like this, had a battery in it. But get yourself a number 7 if it doesn't come with it, and you'll be set to go. And maybe I'll do a little close-up of this, but all you have to do is unclip that, push it the other direction, and then it kind of exposes the nut that's in there. You take your wrench, slide it in. There you go. And you just make a little bit of a tweak, stick it on top of the rail, clamp down. If it's not loose enough, or if it's too loose or too tight or whatever, make your adjustments. Keep doing that till you get it nice and firm. And when you do clamp it down, as you've seen in the specs portion, you give it a little click, and then it's gotta just like, you gotta just really squeeze it down. It is spring loaded, so it will fit on your rail. The bad part is, and I don't know if it's really bad, but you just need to be aware of it. I believe this is set up for weaver. It doesn't say anywhere in the specs that it's for weaver only. As a matter of fact, everything that I see, it says will fit on a weaver or a Picatinny. Well, Picatinny, which is mil-spec 1913, and weaver are two different specifications. They're very, very similar, but they are different. And I believe this is really set up for weaver because the rail here, or this little segment of the bolt, is kind of narrow and it's not flat. Where on Picatinny or mil-spec 1913, which is where it's based off of, it would be a little bit wider and have a flat spot. So where this will go on a Picatinny, what you probably should do is when you mount the thing, let's say this is the front going this way, right? You'll mount it, shove it this way all the way before you cinch it down, okay? That way, when recoil happens, the device underneath will recoil backwards. This, what is it, Newton's law? Things that are at rest will stay at rest. So this will stay at rest, the thing will move underneath it, and it'll already be gone. It'll already be forward on that rail. And if it's clamped down tightly against the sides of the rail, it should be fine. I've had that experience before with other things, and if you just push it forward, you're going to be fine. So no big deal there. But I believe it's made for weaver, more specifically than Picatinny. Be aware of it. Okay, other positive things. Yes, it is water resistant, shock resistant, dust resistant. You saw it was what, IP55? It's fairly opened up inside of there, but it's, I see where it's been enclosed, and it's trying to be water resistant as best it possibly can. Now, I did have one problem. The part here that there's a little LED bright LED laser-like thing in here that shines up into a 45-degree mirror and then reflects it going forward in here. This little housing here is not watertight, because when I shot water, I thought it was water on the reflective surface here, but after further inspection, it was actually getting inside. And all I did was I took my air compressor, shot some air up inside of here, and it cleared it out. Now, maybe I shouldn't have shot air, because then it probably could have gotten in even worse, but it worked for me. I stuck it out in the daylight, in the sun, in the warm sun, and it evaporated, and all is clear. I don't know if I can show that to you now, but can you see that in there? Well, it's right between my eyes. And there's no obstruction, no water obstruction, no water residue or any of that stuff. So it worked out. It did work out. The other positive is it's got a long battery life, 240 hours at the lowest setting. It's going to be a little shorter at that brighter setting, but just don't forget to turn it off, and you'll be fine. You're going to get some good battery life. The negative side is it is a CR32. What is that? What did I say? CR2032 button style battery. Kind of hard to, where are you going to pack one of those? I guess they're easy and you can slip one in your pocket or something like that and replace it in the field if necessary. Another reason to get a reader rest. But, a AA or a AAA would be far more convenient because they're more readily available, and you probably already have a whole bunch of those laying around anyway. So get your CR button batteries if you're going to get one of these, and you'll be fine. What else? Positives. Oh, 5 brightnesses. Yeah, I noticed that at the brightest bright, it was perfectly nice in daylight. I like that. Although in dimmer light, like indoors, it was it bloomed quite a bit. But that's because it's so intense. So you give the button a couple of pushes and you knock that down a little bit, and you don't have that blooming. And the reticle, or the dot and the circle, very, very crisp. I found it to be very crisp. I know it doesn't really translate very well over the camera. Sometimes it was a little blurry, and it was just, I had troubles getting it focused, or I didn't take the time. So sorry about that. That's on me. But it is very crisp, no matter which setting it is, and they're very positive clicks. It doesn't fall out of the reticle that you're choosing. Right? It stays right in there really, really well. I have experience with other reflex sights like this. I've got a TrueGlow, a competitor of theirs, and I don't think that TrueGlow is going to be as durable or as shock resistant, et cetera, as this thing. This is kind of built like a little tank, so that is a positive. Not that you should go out and go dropping it around, but if something should happen, it's going to withstand a pretty good hit. What's interesting is the recoil, the resiliency of recoil on this thing. It states it's only up to 308, 762, right? I haven't tried it on anything bigger, but it does say stop at 308. You can't really go to 50 BMG. Now, how many of you are going to use this on a 50 BMG? Probably nobody, because this is for close quarters. It's for near field, so within 50 yards or so. I found this to be pretty nice, 25, 30 yards, and then, very, very close. As a matter of fact, parallax, the parallax problems go away after 25 yards. So between 25 and 50 yards, if you're hunting something that close, this will work out fine. But, 50 BMG, that's, you want to reach out and touch someone. This is not going to work on it anyway. So don't waste your time getting this if you've got a 50 BMG. You may want to play with it and destroy it. No, probably don't want to do that. But so 308 works good. And can you mount this on a 22? Well, of course. Is it overkill? Well, of course. So your 5.56 or your 7.62s, this will work great. Between 25 and 50 yards, and even closer, as long as you dial it in so that you're in close quarters. You're 5 yards, 10 yards. Make sure you dial it in for that, for the indoor use, and compensate accordingly. That's why there's a circle with a crosshair and a dot. You can kind of measure if the circle is 30 MOA and the dot is 3 MOA. You can kind of make your adjustments automatically inside. Plus, you can co-witness with your iron sights, and make adjustments that way as well. Pretty versatile little tool. Didn't have any troubles except for that little bit of a water issue, so kind of be careful with that. But it did work after, you know, shooting with water. It's pretty water resilient. That's it. You guys got any questions about this thing? Leave me some comments down below. Let me know if you're interested in this. I'll also put a link to the Firefield Amazon site. I am an affiliate with Amazon, not with Firefield. I'm just one of their testers. But if you go to that Amazon site and you decide you want to pick up one of these, or you might find some other stuff from Firefield that you really like, please use my link. It'll help us out a lot, keeps us going, keeps us doing the things that we do around here. By the way, if you're interested in becoming a Patreon patron, that is a really great way to support this channel so that we can bring in things like this and other stuff that we do to help you be more informed before you spend your money. Because quite frankly, I'm going to tell you the truth. And would I buy this if I didn't already have a Reflex sight that I was happy with and I needed something, a Reflex sight that was very durable? Yes. I would probably pick one of these up. And the price point, oh my gosh, I'll put a link and you can see, or I'll put up a picture right here of what that price point is at the time of this video. Of course, things are going to fluctuate, but it is budget-minded. Oh, you can also pick this up at Palmetto State Armory, which we're an affiliate with them as well. So I'll put a link to that too. But you talk about budget-mindedness, Palmetto State thinks budget. If you don't have a whole lot of cash to spend, this might be a good choice. I would say it would be. And I'm not a cheap guy. You know, I want to buy quality, but I don't want to overspend. And, you know, if I were to buy a Reflex sight that was $200-300, it better really perform well and live up to that dollar price point. But, you know, for less than that, this thing did pretty good. All right. That's all I got. You guys are awesome. Thank you. We'll make sure you tune in, make sure you're subscribed, all that good stuff, because we have stuff that constantly comes in, and we're always happy to share this stuff with you. If you have some ideas of some things you would like to see, I'd like to hear from you. You can always go to shootingguy.com/contact us. I'll put a link below. Contact us. Let us know what kinds of things would you like to see. And even if, you know, we're kind of living in a real unprecedented time, and it's still going on, folks. Everyone is trying to make it sound like this is the new normal and we're just going to live with it. Well, I know a lot of people that are very discouraged and a lot of people that are having some problems. And, you know, I'm not going to say that I'm not without my discouragements from time to time, but sometimes you just need someone to talk to. I would love to hear from you if you feel you need to talk. So use that contact page, get a hold of me. You can do that totally anonymously. And if you want to just send me an email and say, hey, Shooting Guy, yeah, stuff sucks right now. What are you doing to keep your head above water? I'd love to share that kind of thing with you and try to give you some encouragement one-on-one. Let's see, theshootingguy@gmail.com. Use that email address, and that one's out in the open. You guys can send me some email, and I can get back to you on that too. All right. Have a great day. See you soon. God bless you. God bless America. May America bless God. It all the way, and it allows you to make some fine adjustments. Boy, you couldn't see a thing there, couldn't you?